Today, you'll learn about the next big frontier in social media thanks to AI. Social media is like a drug. It gets you hooked for hours every day. What if I told you some big AI labs are researching ways to make your social media experience even more personal? You'll see things you're really interested in, and you can avoid all the BS. You'll be able to do much more than just block certain keywords from appearing on your timeline. This big change could even make us more addicted to screen time, but hopefully in healthier doses than the status quo. If you're a social media junkie or just a regular consumer on these apps, then this video is for you. Let's dive in right away. We'll discuss 3 interesting research efforts from Google, Adobe, and some universities around this vision of a personalized experience online. Imagine your TikToks or YouTube shorts showing you stuff you would rather see. How amazing would that be? The first AI system on the list is RecLLM from Google Research. RecLLM is what they call a conversational recommender system, or CRS. Before we begin talking about CRS, let's first briefly discuss the last 2 letters, RS. Traditionally, recommender systems have powered websites across search, video, news, shopping, and several other domains. When you think of an idea and then go onto the internet to browse a few suggestions, that's a recommender system. The problem with modern-day recommender systems is that they can be easily fooled by clickbait titles or polarizing content. That's what we see across our socials, even here on YouTube. What is the cost of pushing certain content over others? And what are the societal implications? RecLLM from Google Research is an attempt to make recommendations more conversational. Imagine talking to a YouTube digital assistant about exactly what you're searching for. If you want a list of videos to watch about national parks, you can describe in detail precisely what you want to see. You can also drill down further to understand why a particular recommendation was made. You can't do this with the current websites we have. We are often clueless as to why certain recommendations are made, and the algorithms are not as nuanced to really understand our preferences. RecLLM will keep important attributes it has learned about you in a user profile. Your likes and dislikes are all stored here. This is how the entire system would work. You enter a query into the CRM. This query is then aggregated with your user profile and sent to the recommender. Finally, the suggestions are ranked and returned to you. You can then continuously drill down by stating why you don't like a particular recommendation or why another recommendation was the best one. This goes beyond simpler metrics like number of clicks or shares. RecLLM will truly understand what you like through its conversations with you over time. Google Research tested this with YouTube, but you can see how this can be easily replicated for websites like Shopify, Google, or Twitter. Personalizing the content shown to you will reduce the overwhelming negative content we often see on social media. Simply tell your digital assistant your do's and don'ts and let it do the rest. We've talked about how AI can be used to curate a more personalized online experience for you. The next AI we'll talk about tries to understand the contents of a video. This research was led by Adobe, and the intention behind such a system is to understand the message behind a video, what emotions or persuasive tactics are being used, and what actions are required on the viewer's end. A tool like this is very powerful because all of a sudden, video platforms and ad companies can truly understand what parts of a video work. Do foot and door approaches work better than scarcity techniques? Documentaries, ads, movies, and other forms of video contain elements of music, dialogue, visuals, and symbolic representations, to mention a few. You can appreciate how daunting the task is for an AI to understand what is really going on in a video, even in the silent parts. The team accomplished this in a cohesive manner using LLMs and other AI models. First, keyframes are extracted from the video, and then an image understanding model like Blip2 breaks down each scene in text descriptions. OCR, or optical character recognition, is used to extract text that might appear in the video. Metadata is gathered from the descriptions of the video, and captions are retrieved using the speech-to-text AI model. Finally, A language model like GPT-4 is then used to rewrite all this extracted information into a well-connected story. The story can then be used to predict the theme, emotions, and persuasion strategies of the video. Videos are made for several reasons: to educate, to change beliefs, or to entertain. Facial expressions, gestures, and tone of voice all have to be factored in when describing a video. It's easy for us humans, but incredibly difficult for an AI. Adobe's approach is a fast way of leveraging current technologies to see how much accuracy we can achieve with such a system, and surprisingly, it goes above and beyond compared to some of the state-of-the-art custom AI models. This is great because videos can be made in a more deliberate and effective manner. On the other end of the scale, this can be used to manipulate consumers into engaging with the video for the wrong reasons. There is obviously a healthy balance between interacting with the video because of the persuasion technique employed by an ad agency, and outright using such techniques for a nefarious agenda. Imagine a social media platform observing you react more to scarcity persuasion techniques and deciding to push more products like that your way. On some level, it does feel like being taken advantage of. But if it's a product you truly need, then that's a match made in heaven. What do you think about an AI model like this? Check out how the video understanding model analyzes a kid's party video. It generates a video story following the techniques we mentioned earlier. It also identifies the emotions conveyed in the video, as well as persuasion tactics that may convince or influence the viewer. We finally reached the last AI model that will definitely change your social media experience. The model approach is from Google, and they call it KAFA, Knowledge Augmented Feature Adaptation. I know it's a mouthful, but what it simply means is that it uses external data sources to improve the model's performance. Specifically, the model is meant to improve ad understanding. Most ads we come across on websites are a nuisance and often disrupt our online experiences. Ad understanding is highly challenging due to reasons we previously mentioned, like visual symbolism or atypical scenes. For example, a bird carrying a laptop is meant to convey a lightweight device rather than anything to do with the animal kingdom or a tourist destination. The end result of KAFA is to excel at ad targeting, visual metaphor understanding, and creative ad generation. Ad targeting involves showing ads to the right audience, and image ad understanding can help in identifying the target audience based on the visual elements in the ad. Visual metaphor understanding involves identifying the metaphorical meaning behind the visual elements in the ad, which can help in creating more effective and engaging ads. Creative ad generation focuses on using image understanding to generate new and creative ad ideas. These are just a few examples of the many real-world applications of image ad understanding. You can see that this is big business for companies and social media platforms. The holy grail of the advertising industry, if you will. KAFA aims to solve this by incorporating additional brand information during the model training phase. Understanding that KFC is a fast food chain gives the model richer context to make sense of what is going on in the ad. KAFA does a good job of understanding the symbolism presented in these images compared to basic AI image models. This is definitely a good step towards that direction. Based on what we've discussed so far in this video, you can see how some of these research findings can vastly improve our online experience in the future. Traditionally, you could avoid content appearing on YouTube or Twitter by blocking certain words, but this approach is messy and unreliable. You have to think of all words that are related to what you want to block, which is impossible. Ideally, with RecLLM and the other AI models we discussed, you would find exactly what you're looking for online through advanced recommender systems and video understanding models. Your digital assistant would know that you like to watch funny animal videos, and because you previously mentioned you wanted to buy a new puppy, it shows puppy ads in a persuasive way. The ads mostly show you golden retrievers because you had a pet retriever when you were younger. What's most important to you is that you no longer see videos with extreme violence on your timeline. That's one thing you explicitly told your digital assistant to avoid, and ever since, you've had a more peaceful social media experience. This is a much healthier approach to social media than we currently experience, and I'm hoping Google can release RecLLM soon. What do you think about these new AI models coming out that could possibly transform your online experience, from shopping to videos and almost everything on the internet? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, it's goodbye.